We're like, huh?
Oh yeah. Huh?
Where?
Because I.
Hi
What's up,
guys,
guys?
welcome back to our channel. My name is Esther and here's
Daudu.
yeah, we're Daudu and Esther. We're Nigerian couples currently living in Japan. Yeah guys, so if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our videos, share and all the good stuff. So let's move into today's video.
Okay.
Yeah, so today's video we'll be talking about challenges that we faced as foreigners living in Japan, or challenges that most foreigners face
when
living
moving
in
to Japan.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about our personal experiences, what
kind of personal experience and general experiences.
what other people actually face living in Japan as foreigners.
Going straight
What
into
we're
number
talking
one.
about is language. Jeez guys, language is a thing in Japan, and trust me, like before coming to Japan I was thinking like, oh, language shouldn't be like such a big deal for me because
she's very good with language.
yeah, I'm good with languages.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm good at learning languages easily.
Like
so unlike him. So I was like, back at home I could speak about 1, 2, 3 to 4 languages thereabouts back at home. But then coming to Japan I was feeling like, oh, if I could speak 4 languages then, and it wasn't as if I like went to school for it, shouldn't I be able to learn Japanese also and be able to speak Japanese? I just saw it as it's not going to be a big deal. But damn,
language is a struggle.
The language is a struggle. Like Japanese is really difficult from like other languages.
Difficult.
Yeah, so like reading Japanese alone is a thing on its own. Then speaking Japanese is another thing on its own.
Writing is another
thing on its own. So like sometimes you might be able to read but you can't write, and sometimes you might be able to speak and you can't do the reading or the writing. Currently for me, in my own phase, what I really want to do is actually speak and not bother about reading and writing, at least for now. Just speak and be able to like have conversations, fluent conversations in Japanese and all that. For Daudu, he's good with reading.
Not reading. The thing is, Japan has like 3 categories of
their languages.
The writing. Yeah. They have the katakana, the hiragana, and the kanji.
Yeah.
So the katakana is quite easy because it's just for foreigners. I think it's for foreigners, for basic English words to just be able to write it, to make it look like Japanese. Yeah. Then you have the hiragana that is like the kanji, but it's just the longer form of kanji. Then you have the kanji that is like the structural ones and all.
Kanji.
So I know the hiragana and the katakana, but the kanji I just know probably like 50 or like 70. Just very few kanji out of 2,000 kanjis. You have 2,000 kanjis and I just know about 50.
But like,
they're like 0.00001.
But like him knowing how to read like the hiragana and katakana and a few kanjis really helps us out a lot. Like when we go shopping, to read out like what's written on whatever we want to buy, so it helps a lot. I'm not really good with reading. I've tried learning the hiragana and katakana, but it's still a struggle for me. Sometimes I recognize the things and sometimes I just forget what it is and all that. But like currently now, I'm actually better at like listening. I understand when you speak, but at least to an extent. But I find it difficult to reply, or yeah. So that's really my personal problem now with learning Japanese.
So number 2 now is garbage disposal.
Jeez.
Garbage disposal. The thing is, Japan is for me, Japan is one of the cleanest countries. Like one of the cleanest countries in the world. I don't know what people will say, but for me, they are one of the cleanest countries in the world.
Yeah. So this is a street leading to the train station. As you can see, like it's so clean, so neat.
And the reason is their garbage system. They don't have waste bins across the roads. That's another funny thing. They don't have waste bins across. You can actually walk for more than 20 minutes before you can find one garbage bin. Yeah. Like a waste bin. Before you find a waste bin in Japan, you can walk for more than 20 minutes. But they know how to contain their dirt. And when we are talking about garbage disposal, is in Japan, they have like different ways to dispose dirt. You have the plastic,
Yeah.
You have the bottles.
Yeah.
You have the burnables and the
Yeah.
unburnables.
Yeah.
And you have the recyclables.
Recyclables.
So that's how they separate their dirt. So if you peradventure, people like us from Nigeria, where we combine our dirt together, it's kind of difficult for us to like separate, to know
out.
which to put in different categories and all. But in Japan, they've got different plastic bags for different dirt. So you have, if you kind of put like for burnables into on burnables, your dirt won't be picked up.
Yeah,
like they'll just leave your dirt there.
Leave it there. There's another thing again about disposing the garbages in Japan. Do you know that if you want to dispose like a bottle, you have to take out the bottle cap?
It's very, if you want to dispose a bottle, you have to, since the cap is a plastic, you have to separate it. So you have to put the cap in plastic section, then you put the bottle. It's really challenging for any foreigner. Like I haven't heard any foreigner that's like, oh yeah, garbage in my first day. Like okay,
first
very difficult. Because you don't even know, like sometimes I get confused, like, okay, where do I put newspaper? Since this is burnables on burnables, what category does newspaper fall in? What category does umbrellas fall in? What category does this fall in? So it's really funny. Even plastics, you are expected to like compress your plastic
and wash
the plastic inside. You need to wash the inside. Even for juice pack, milk pack, you're expected to open it.
Okay, so the next thing we'll be talking about is food. But like it might not really be like something difficult for some people
to adapt to,
but for some it can be really difficult. For me, when I just came to Japan my first year, it was very difficult for me to adapt to some of the foods, because like where I'm from, we actually eat spicy food a lot, and in Japan they don't eat spicy food. So, and like the way the foods, like the way their food are served in Japan, you have like a lot of little dishes, like you have this here, like very little, like all over the place, and you're like, where do I start from? Do you get? So sometimes it's always really challenging. Not just me though, I've met other foreigners that kind of find it difficult. If it's not ramen, which is like noodles to just eat, they find it difficult to eat some other food. Maybe as time goes by, they actually get used to it. So I'm really glad now that I can actually eat almost all Japanese food.
So that's it for food, right? Yeah. So next we're going to space. Okay. So for space in Japan, oh no, Japan is an island. Actually, Japan is an island with small landmass.
Yeah.
They don't have much space in Japan. So space in Japan is really kind of difficult in Japan, because it's so funny. When we came to Japan, I found out we have to pay for parking space.
Yeah, you have to pay for, like, even in your own house, like
in your rented apartment, you have to pay separately for parking space. It's you sign it with the contract, but it's not part of your house rent.
It's not part of your rent.
So it's not part of your rent. Yeah, so if you don't have a car, it's okay. But if you have a car, you have to pay for your rent. And you can't even bypass it. You can't even sneak it, because if you want to get your driver's license or you want to get a car, you have to submit your parking space certificate.
Yeah.
There's a certificate you have to submit with it, so you can't bypass it. And it's very funny how I rent a house of over how much thousands, and I'll still have to pay for space to park my car. It's my house. Where do I park the car? Do I drive it into the house? Please. So that's how it is in Japan, and it also goes same into their apartment.
Yeah.
The apartments are very small compared to houses in Nigeria, in America, in Canada. The living room, to be precise, like very small. Distance between you and the TV. It's like you're like
yeah.
I remember the previous apartment we got before this. The apartment we were supposed to get before this. It's like this.
Very small.
Like I had to ask the agent, like, where's the living room?
Where's the living room?
I had to ask the agent, like, where's the living room? And the guy was like, here.
And we're like,
oh. Okay, huh?
Where?
Because very small, and two people can't actually work in the kitchen. You have to just take your time, take turns. Once you are done with yours, I'll come and do mine. But two people can't stay in the kitchen. Really, very small kitchen. And even if you end up getting your own apartment, I think compared to houses in America and in other countries, where you have big living rooms and
And
everything and space, big kitchens and all, you still find it
still
hard.
different.
Yeah. It's
But
still,
like getting your own apartment, sorry,
Yeah.
but like getting your own apartment is better. Of like you have more space than even if it's a rented apartment. So buying your own house, you still have the luxury of having that little bit of kitchen space and living room space and all that. The kind of space you might actually enjoy better than if you are like renting an apartment. Trust me, renting an apartment in Japan, the space is
very small.
very small.
I don't know. Yeah, I've been to some Japanese houses though where they don't have chairs. Like most Japanese houses don't have chairs.
They love to sit on the floor.
They love sitting on the floor. Yeah.
So I don't know if
that's another thing though. They love sitting on the floor. So they are cool with the whole idea of sitting on the floor, no chairs in the house. Probably that's why they find it so comfortable to live in a small apartment. And yeah. But for us it's really and if you go to the city, they don't have parking space like when you live in rural area. Their parking spaces are like cars on each other.
Yeah.
They stacked cars. Yeah, God bless you. They have like a way they do it. I don't know how they
and then you have to use like a remote
control. Yeah. So if you want to park your car, you have to bring out the wager and you drop it down, you put your car on it, you use the remote to take it up and you pack it inside. It's like shelf, a car rack where you keep your cars. So you just put your cars like that. So it's really tight. You might be so surprised your window is close to the car rack. And you'll be seeing cars just close to your windows like this. So houses in Japan are very small and tiny just because of the space. I understand they have a very small land mass, which is very understandable.
Yeah, so to preserve space and for everybody to be able to live together.
Yeah. So the next is paperworks. Damn. Paperworks in Japan is like, God, please just take me away. Damn.
Jeez.
Paperwork in Japan. It's like, it's not to be sincere. Paperwork in Japan is like, God.
I think every foreigner basically complains about that. Like, oh, I don't want to get this. The paperwork is too much. I don't want to do this. Paperwork is too much. Paperwork is always
yeah. So even if you want to get even anything as small as TV in Japan, if you want to get anything as small as TV, you need
a lot of papers.
Yeah, you get a lot of stampings, a lot of form signings and all, which is very annoying.
Yeah, it can be difficult for foreigners at the beginning. So yeah, the last one we'll be talking about.
It's just a bonus point. Actually,
this last one is a bonus point because it doesn't apply to everybody.
All countries, yeah.
But for some countries, it's
difficult.
Very difficult. Driver's license. Getting a driver's license in
Japan. License. Damn. Driver's license in Japan. Oh no! For countries like UK, Canada, you guys don't know how lucky you guys are. Trust me, because you can just come with your driver's license and just switch it to a Japanese. They'll just translate it into a Japanese driver's license and you're good to go. But if you're from any other country aside from some of these countries,
America,
God, the process. I have a friend. He said, I'm no more going for this driver's license. I'm fed up. I'm tired. I'm no more. Imagine going for trying to get a driver's license 15 times.
15 times.
And these 15 times, you prove yourself by driving. You do tests, and they have a limit. If you don't meet up this period at this particular period of time, you start afresh. You have to start the whole process afresh. You have to start again, write exam, go to driving. You have to go to the driving test. You have to do the test times without number. And if you just, for example, they don't even care if you have 20 years experience in your country. They don't care. No, you still go through the process and everything. They will still delay you. And I don't know. Probably that's part of to their defense. That's part of the reason I feel it's one of accident-free. It's one of an accident-free country.
Yeah.
Like they don't really have much accidents in Japan.
You hardly hear of like car accidents in Japan.
So okay.
Yeah.
For the stress, I think it's okay. To go through that stress, I think it's okay then.
Jeez, it's not so okay because like
you have to spend. I think you have to pay for every test you're going for, right? Every test you're going for, you have to keep paying and all, which is really annoying for many foreigners. Trust me, I don't think most foreigners I've heard of, they're always complaining.
They're always complaining about it.
I think that's it, right?
Yeah, I guess that's it for the struggle you face as a foreigner in Japan, especially first year being a foreigner for the first year, because as time goes by,
you get used to
all these
some of this stuff.
things.
You adjust to the system.
Yeah, you adjust to the system. So we hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe to our channel, and we're bringing you more stuffs about Japan. And yeah, thank you. See you guys in the next one. We love you. Bye.
Bye.